Oh, what up, YouTube? So, your boy Alex here. J-Rod and Squirter are still at work, so I decided to get here and just do a little catch-up video. Again, as you can see, we got our first snowfall out here. Nothing crazy, but it did come down pretty good yesterday. So, a little delay on some projects, but we should be getting back to it. Berserker, pretty much looking the same as it was in the last video, so we need to get some progress on this guy. But the head is torn down. GSR cams, GSR head. He did figure out he's got a 6-puck clutch of some sort, flywheel, and pressure plate. He's got his dump, his max solenoid, new GSR belt, wide band, got an Edelbrock intercooler sitting on top. He does have the front suspension bolted up, and we're working on getting the rear. So he's going to get the rear suspension with the GSR Integra disc brakes, that hooked up and all that. So I'm not going to go too far into his car. I'll let J-Rod get some footage and let you guys know what his plan is. If you want to leave some comments and give him some incentives or some pushes or some ideas, leave some comments at the bottom. Besides that, my Integra, I will have that retuned with my big motor done Christmas time. That is my goal, and I will make it happen. So, new parts. Actually, this is going to be more refurbished. This is my old S366 that I initially dynoed with. We had the oops broken bolt incident on this one. Well, now it is freshly machined. Has a billet wheel. It is a 91 hot side, 66 cold side, Borg Warner T4. I'm going to get that put in to the Integra soon. Purchased a new Skunk 2 Ultra GSR Skunk 2 manifold, intake manifold with a matching 70 millimeter Skunk 2 throttle body. So that will be going on soon. My ATI super damper. Everybody running big power, you should have one of those. I got my AEM boost gauge, and then I did get my thrust washers in. This is the issue right now that we believe is going on with the motor on my Integra currently. So, alongside of this, I am ordering a set of Manley Turbo Tough rods for the Integra, for my CSS bottom end. So I did have a block done by PFI Speed. Jamie took care of it for me. I just got the call the other day. He said, come pick up this CSS block. It's ready to go. So that's going to be happening soon. We'll be taking a cruise up to Firestone, Colorado, going to see the guys at PFI Speed, the Boosted Boys, and pick up my block. At that point, I'm going to order the I-Beam Turbo Tough rods. I've seen a set of Wiseco. I want to say they're 968 to 1 compression pistons. So I'm going to order those along with brand new King bearings, thrust washers. I'm going to run a stock crank. That's the only thing that's going to be stock on that big horsepower motor is going to be the crank. I do want to reach around between 9 and 1,000. Safely keep that running 9 and 1,000. I want to hit the Airstrip Attack next year. Also want to go to Streetcar Takeover, meet our boy Chuck, Charles's log, down in D-Town, Texas. Get him to come out, have a fun little event. But I will have my motor done. I'm going to try to re-dyno around Christmas time. Looking for a good break in the weather. Maybe we get a nice weekend. I can drive up there. Again, weather permitting. We are in Colorado. I got about a 2.5 hour drive from the Springs to go tune my car every time. So I do have to drive north into the weather. So again, weather permitting, we're going to make it happen. Besides that, we went over the Berserker. Ginger Snap's car. Got the motor in, a new head gasket, new timing belt, new water pump, new oil pump, valve cover gasket, oil pan gasket, all that good stuff. So we're going to get her nice and cleaned up, start mocking up, get the turbo on there, which this turbo is, I want to say a GT28, as what Squirt was saying, and it's off of Evo 9 or Evo 10. So that's going to bolt up here with the log manifold, internal wastegate. It's set at 9 pounds, so he's going to be running 9 pounds. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. We got to get the starter, the wiring harness, radiator hooked up. We got to get some new studs. We got some strip studs here, so we're going to shoot a video on the studs. New hubs, new bearings. So he'll be rolling nice and smooth and nice and safe. Besides that, we made a decision to take the small runner, small bore intake manifold that came on this replacement D16 Y8 single cam VTEC and replace it with this bigger runner, bigger bore. So just, you know, because he is going to be running boosts, it's nice to have a little bit more air volume. So we're going to do that, switch that out. That you know, make this run a little better, I think. And I think our boy Ginger Snap will be nice and happy about that decision. So again, it is bolted in. All the mounts are hooked up. Need to hook up the wiring harness. Double check VTEC. Make sure all the VTEC's hooked up. Besides that, I got a spare motor. A D16 Y8. I'm gonna do the same thing on this. Go through this. New rings, new bearings, rod bearings, main bearings, all that good stuff. I'm gonna change everything out on this guy, freshen her up, and then we have that white Civic that I'm gonna throw it in, and we'll get her up and running. Besides that, Squirt has got his Miata. So we got the Miata over here at the All High Performance Lounge. So he got his car back here. He's working on getting a replacement motor, I believe Friday this week. So we're gonna go ahead and pull the short nose 1.6 out, put a long nose 1.6 in, pretty much mock everything back up on here, maybe talk him into getting some ARP head studs, ARP bolts, just strengthen this up for the time being. And then yeah, we'll see what he plans on doing in the future with the Miata. I know there's talks of a big motor swap, but he also has an RSX now that we're in the works of fixing up and flipping. So anybody looking for an RSX Type S with a K24 6-speed swap, leave some comments, holler at Squirt. Besides that, that is the white Civic that I'm going to throw that replacement motor in. My boy J-Rod still got his car looking like this, so that's the update on the interior. We got some strut bars, front and rear Eibach, that's going to be going on the Miata. So that's the quick rundown on what we've been having going on. Like I said again, J-Rod lacks putting in the rear suspension. He's got the Type 1 coilovers to throw in with the rear suspension with the GSR disc brakes, so we'll get that in. So next video, hoping, no promises, but that's what I'd like to shoot for, is get this Civic out of here running. Go get some registration on that and start driving her around, double check all the ins and outs, and get JT taken care of, and then we're going to work on getting this Berserker rolling and out. Again, I'm hoping J-Rod to get this thing running, you know, before Christmas time. It'd be nice see this guy up and going and boosted, and then he can work on his big H22 project and hopefully have that done sometime next year. Besides that, we'll get the Integra in here. I got to change out those King bearings, probably put on my super damper. And I'm going to go ahead and start. What's up, Apollo? Yeah, that's our boy P-Dog. That's Jared's dog, Apollo. But yeah, I'm going to try to get the Integra, like I said, done in here, we're going to change the king bearing out, put that ATI super damper on, go out and drive it, check everything out. And as I'm getting my parts coming in, along with picking up that CSS block, I will get this big 900 to 1,000 horsepower motor assembled and put into the Integra and get ready for next season. So that's my plan. This was happening on Ginger Snaps. There's what's happening with the Miata, with the Berserker. So any other questions, comments, suggestions, like I said, leave us some comments at the bottom. We definitely appreciate when you guys do leave them, no matter what they are, positive, negative. Hell, we like feedback. So, again, like the page, subscribe, share for us. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Everybody down in Texas, all the family of mine, Travis, J-Rod, we all appreciate it. So, you guys rock. Hope you have a rocking day. All High Performance is out. Peace.